Hey guys, time for a quick video with 5 more Hall of Famers. Start out with a great here. Nolan Ryan, the Ryan Express. Lifetime 81.3 WAR, 61st all time. Ahead of pitchers like Glavine and Smoltz. 8-time All-Star, 2-time ERA champion, 1969 World Series, 324 wins, 5,714 strikeouts. 222 complete games, 61 shutouts. Pitched 27 years in the league. That's more than anyone, more seasons than anyone since the year 1900, and tied with Cap Anson before that. He's got 839 more strikeouts than the next number 2 on strikeout list, Randy Johnson. He's one of 3 players retired to have his number retired by 3 different teams. The other 2 players are Frank Robinson and Jackie Robinson. So he's actually the only player to have his number retired by 3 different teams who doesn't have the last name Robinson. He's the league leader with 7 no-hitters. That's 3 more no-hitters than anyone else. He also has 12 one-hitters and 18 two-hitters. No perfect games and no Cy Youngs. But a lot of people use this no Cy Youngs to say he wasn't that good. But he was a beast, guys. Come on. In 1972, he was 8th in Cy Young. 73, he was 2nd. 74, he was 3rd. 77, he was 3rd. 1981, he was 4th. 1983, he was 9th. 1987, he was 5th. In 1989, he was 5th. So he wasn't just an okay pitcher. He was a really, really good pitcher. Maybe not ever the best pitcher, but upper echelon pitcher for 30 years. So really good pitcher here. The Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan. Next, Mr. Alan Trammell. He's got a lifetime WAR of 70.7, which ranks him 97th overall, ahead of Pudge Rodriguez, Tony Gwynn, and Barry Larkin. He's a 6-time All-Star. He's got 4 Gold Gloves, a World Series MVP of the 1984 World Series, which they won, 3-time Silver Slugger, 2,365 hits, 185 home runs, 236 stolen bases. He and Lou Whitaker appeared in the 1983 episode of Magnum P.I. Tom Selleck, who was also a Tigers fan in real life and on the show. He was a manager, but he was on some pretty crappy teams as a manager. He's 186 and 300 as a manager. And his jersey was retired by the Tigers August 26, 2018. Alan Trammell. Next, the late, great Roy Doc Halliday. Lifetime 64.2 WAR, which ranks him 147th all-time, ahead of players like Juan Marichal, Bob Feller, and Dave Cone. 2-time Cy Young, 8-time All-Star, 203 wins, 3.3 ERA, 2,117 strikeouts. He almost pitched a no-hitter in his second start. His father was a pilot. Roy was drafted with the 17th overall pick in the 1995 draft by the Blue Jays. May 29th of 2010, he pitched the 20th perfect game in Major League history. A few months later, he pitched the 2nd postseason no-hitter ever. November 7th, 2017, he crashed his airplane, an Icon A5, which is like an amphibious airplane in the Gulf of Mexico. Died way too early. Toxicology reports did find a bunch of different stuff in his system, but he did struggle with back pain throughout his career, and not sure if it was something he was dealing with, the pain of all that, but they said he definitely should not have been flying with that regimen of narcotics in his system. They also found out he was doing some pretty dangerous moves in the aircraft right before it crashed. So, Roy Halliday. Next, we'll go to an old-time player in this 1931 W517, Dazzy Vance. Got a lifetime 60.3 WAR, which ranks him 184th all-time, ahead of Jim Bunning and Whitey Ford. 1924 MVP, so he won an MVP as a pitcher, which doesn't always happen. He's won the pitching Triple Crown, 3-time ERA leader, 1934 World Series winner. He had 197 wins, 2,045 strikeouts, and a lifetime 3.24 ERA. Sixth pitcher in MLB history to pitch an immaculate inning, which is 3 strikeouts with only 9 pitches. In 1926, he was involved in a big base running gaffe where they ended up with 3 men on third base. Him and Chick Fuster and Babe Herman. There was a ball that was hit deep and a lot of confusion, and the other guys got tagged out and left him on third. So they all 3 were on third base at the same time, and Dazzy was able to stay. But here's a weird stat. This is a blank back, by the way. It's got some writing and stuff on it. He found out he was elected to the Hall of Fame, I believe 1955, somewhere in the 50s, when a local patrolman flagged him down on the road and told him, said, "Hey, there's some photographers at your house." So he went back home and found out he'd been elected to the Hall of Fame. So, Dazzy Vance. Last, Mr. Jim Kaat, another guy known for his longevity. Pitched 25 years, had a lifetime 50.5 WAR, 3-time All-Star, 16-time Gold Glover. The man could handle a mitt. 1982 World Series, 2,461 strikeouts, 283 wins. Was the last original player from the Washington Senators to retire. One of only 29 players to appear in games over 4 decades. Pitched during the presidential administrations of 7 different presidents, and also won 7 Emmy Awards as a broadcaster for the Yankees. Made some comments that probably shouldn't have, and he apologized for it. I think he's the one who coined Nestor Cortez with the nickname Nestor the Molester, and then made a 40 acre and a mule joke. So that's it, guys. Jim Kaat.